Hello everybody, it's Mike from Replica Airguns with another field test shooting review. Going to do a little bit of a comparison. If you haven't seen my tabletop sort of preview video, I did show these two guns side by side. This is the 9XP and the SA177. Basically, I feel they're based off of the same internal gun. Slight cosmetic changes because perhaps this was a little too close to a Glock. Umarex came out with this revision to replace the SA177. And I believe it's called something else in the UK, but it's basically still a 9XP. I'm trying to remember exactly what the name is. If I remember it or can figure it out, I'll put it on screen. But the UK version has a slightly different name. I believe they're the same gun. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to put 6 or 5 rounds through the chronograph with both guns just to see if they are close in FPS performance. That would sort of give us an idea if they have the same internals. Now, it's been a while. Umarex could have changed a little bit, maybe made it a little snappier, who knows, right? And then we're going to head back 30 feet and we're going to shoot 10 rounds on the paper target and see what kind of accuracy we get from both guns. I did want to mention one thing now that I've got the CO2 in it. For some reason, this guy just doesn't want to stay that closed for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's just mine. Maybe something's not quite right. Sort of clips in there, but it really comes open super easy. See that? It just doesn't want to stay close for me. It won't really matter when I'm shooting, but it is a little bit weird. So that's just what's happening with mine. Thought I'd mention it. All right, let's start out with the SA177 and see what kind of feet per second we get. Basically, this will be our scientific test. Kind of expecting around 400. Here we go. 355.6. 373.1, 366.9, 373.7, 400. That one felt better. It's like the CO2's opening up. Getting snappier. 392. I'm going to keep shooting because it's getting snappier. It's like it's opening up. The CO2's opening up a little bit for me. Haven't shot this gun in a while. 397.2. Yeah, it's definitely got more punch. 394.3. Now we're getting there. 399.5. Might have one more shot in here. There we go. Lock back. So 402.9. So I figured it had 400 in it. It just was, maybe the CO2 just wasn't quite opened up. I did pierce the valve and then backed it off and pierced it again. But every once in a while, you just need to get that CO2 flowing again through the valve. It's been a while since I shot this gun. All right. Let's do the same with the 9XP. Chrony's working pretty good, which is awesome. All right, here we go. .413, 409, 419, 409. Guess that's all we need, 409. So, out of the get-go, shot hotter. Has a little more snap to the blowback than the SA177 for sure. Is a little louder than the SA177. I have a feeling there's a little more CO2 coming out of the valve on this one. Again, this is an older SA177. I've had it pretty much since the very first one came out. I was like one of the first people to get one. I was super excited to get it. I got it from my local reseller back then. It was a long time ago, and picked it up. And so it is a little bit on the older side. Again, maybe Umarex has made some slight revisions to it. Maybe they've modified the internals a little bit, improved them somewhat. But I still think they're the same base internals on both guns. All right, let's head back 30 feet and see what kind of accuracy we get for both of these shooters. Everybody, we're all set up. 30 feet back, semi-rested position. Got the sandbag up front, standing in the back. Got my SA177 again. We're going to start out with the SA177. It's going to be our test sort of baseline. And let's give her a go. 10 shots. And into this paper target. Now once we're done with this one, we'll go and check it out, and we'll just change targets and see if the 9XP does a little better. All right, let's find out here. Again, these guns kind of shoot like a double action. The trigger's more of a double action feel. Something happened there. We lost the beat. We might not get all of them. So that this might only be 9 shots. Okay, I'm not really sure why the slide's locking back. Something's going on with my mag. Okay, we'll just bear with it. That's it. Okay, we're out now. So something's going on with my mag, my follower. I'm not really sure. I'll have to look into it. I think we only got 9 rounds. Let's take a quick look. Again, this is an older gun. I really haven't shot it that much. I'm still here. I haven't really shot it that much, but you know, it's been sitting around. Who knows what's going on? All right, let's take a look. Not bad grouping. Kind of, you know, I was a little distracted obviously with that slide doing some weird stuff. But we got this nice tight group here, then a couple winged up. So potentially this does have, you know, 1 to 1.5 inch grouping capabilities. I don't know what happened here. Not sure if that was when I was distracted. You know, when your slide is locking back with each shot, it does kind of throw you off a little bit. Not a big deal. We will switch this up. We'll put this guy over here. Let's see if we can get some better results. Or at least some more consistent slide activity. Hopefully it doesn't lock back. I don't think it will. It's been shooting a little bit better. All right, here we go. Let's see if we can get a nice tight group with this gun. All right, slide worked perfectly for me. 10 shots, let's take a look. Really not too bad at all. Look at that, really well centered. Holy smokes, 1, 2, 3, 4 of them, maybe 5 of them, right dead center, then another tight little group here and one over there. So comparatively speaking, pretty similar groups. This one was about, not quite, maybe 3 inches. This is definitely within 2 inches. So a 2 inch group versus a 3 inch group. You know, can you see that there? Probably see that this is definitely well within maybe even 1.5 inches. Without this one, it would have for sure been 1.5 inches. So nice tight group, really well centered considering the fact that these sights are non-adjustable. It's nice to know it's well centered right out of the box. Trigger seemed to be almost a little bit tougher, a little bit longer on the 9XP. But again, the gun seems to shoot a little hotter too, so maybe this internal spring is slightly heavier. It could be what it is. Now, it's not a bad trigger, but it is a little heavier than some double action triggers. It's not crazy heavy. I'd say on the medium to heavy side. You know, if you're shooting it all day, you may find it a little bit tough on the finger, but it felt pretty good overall actually, so not too bad. All right, we do have the 9XP in our Canada store. We should have it in the US store as well. If you're interested in buying it, go and check out replicaairguns.ca, our Canada store, and replicaairguns.com, where we not only do we have our blog, but we have our US store listed there. You can see it there in the links. And in those stores we sell airsoft guns, BB guns, pellet guns, blank guns, knives, and other accessories. So check those stores out if you're interested in buying products. And again, in our blog, we'll have photos and other articles on all kinds of stuff. We also have our Facebook and Twitter pages, so check those out as well. All right, thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.